Today we're answering a viewer's question, and that question is, should I major in art or not? Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Brian back at you with another video where my goal is to mentor you to a rewarding career and to help you create a life you're proud of. And in that endeavor, we're going to be answering a viewer's question. She wants to know if she should be majoring in art or something else. But before we get into it, guys, don't forget I have a free ebook that you can download if you guys are currently in the market to look for a new job. It's called The Unfair Advantage. It's my career hunting playbook. It's got a lot of tips, strategies, and advice that I think you will find very, very helpful in the career hunting search. Guys, definitely check it out. It's on my website, 101mentoring.com. You can download it for free there. If you want to work with me personally, in a one-on-one session, I have a variety of courses that we can talk about, in particular how to choose the right major for you. I do career prep courses, as well as leadership and communication, and so much more. Definitely check it out there. I'll have a link in the card here and in the description down below. All right, now to the question. This is a really good one because a lot of the topics or subjects that I talk about really pertains to the classical or more conventional majors, such as the sciences, business, law. But this is interesting because we're going to be talking about art. So let's get into the question right now. Hey Brian, I've started college this fall semester and I've considered becoming an art major. I'm heavily interested in art and enjoy it very much. I'm aware that the degree itself doesn't always matter, as people in the art field are typically noticed for their abilities, not their degrees. However, I wish to expand my horizons and take actual classes on art and learn techniques and develop skills that I may not be able to obtain on my own. That's a really good point and a fair desire, which is the desire to learn more and to get a better foundation. Of course, if you like martial arts, you like Bruce Lee, you like Jet Li, you want to do these things, or you enjoy the UFC, it's one thing to just enjoy it and dabble it and practice it on your own. It's another thing to actually take classes and really learn the fundamentals, the why, the how, the history, all of that. And I think this is the exact same approach you're taking with art, and I commend you for it. My problem is that people tell me that I shouldn't waste my brain on art. I've been a top student all my life, and so many people expect me to become a lawyer or something of the sort. I know I should follow my passions if I truly wish to be happy and produce the best quality work I can, but I'm slightly worried about spending my time learning art in college to then find out that I can't make it as an artist of some sort and have a bachelor's in art with nowhere to go, as opposed to obtaining a more profound degree and obtaining a career that has higher demand. Should I take the risk and continue with my passions, or commit to working for the financial stability and focus on a more reasonable line of education? So the first question that comes to mind, and this is more of a practical question, is who's paying for tuition? Are you going to be paying tuition, either working your way through college or maybe taking out student loans, which I really don't recommend that you do, or are your parents going to be fronting the bill? The reality is that your parents are going to be fronting the bill. Chances are they're going to have a say in your education, and on top of that, they are your parents. They do love you, they have good intentions, they want you to have a great life, a happy life, and a life where you don't have to worry about money. So they are going to probably lean towards a major that is not art. That said, the reality is, and something you have to factor in your thinking, is who's paying for tuition. If you're going to front the money out of your own pocket, then I think there is some level of weight on your side in favor of your decision to go into an art major. The next thing you have to think about is how you're going to convince your parents that the art major is the one for you. Now, you've talked about your passion, you've talked about having a fulfilling life and doing what you want to do rather than what you are told to do, and I totally get it. I think law school personally sounds like a great profession, but there is a huge dark side to it that a lot of people don't talk about, but all lawyers know about, and especially law schools won't tell you this, but talk to any lawyer. It becomes very, very apparent how stressful of a job that is. And yes, you're making good money, but you're also working really, really hard, and I don't know if the trade-offs actually make it worthwhile. But that's a separate video altogether. The point here is that you're smart, you do have a passion, and I think you have the awareness, the self-awareness of all of this. And so really, if you want to go and major in art, you have to know how to convince your parents. You have to know how to present your case. And this is a skill set that I strongly encourage everyone to know how to do and work on, and that is how to present a case in your favor. So this is a great opportunity for you to do exactly that. You want to build a case to your parents as to why an art major is the right move for you, and you want to do that on multiple levels. You want to hit them on cost, value, research, career opportunities, and obviously earning potential. The other alternative is to also look at which one you want to do first or second, right? You can do your law degree now, or maybe something a safer major today, and then pursue art later, or you can do art now and then under the condition that you can move into a different degree after if it doesn't work out for you. You can look at both options as well and also present that as part of your case to your parents. And I think that's so important that you go through this exercise, walk them through the logic, and see if that would help in terms of convincing them, or at least demonstrate that you are very competent, you've thought this through, you're willing to take on the risk, but this is something you absolutely need to or want to do. I think that also helps your case overall. Now, the last piece of advice, and this goes to all of you guys out there who are thinking about taking a major that is perceived as not particularly fulfilling from a monetary standpoint compared to the more conventional degrees like engineering, law school, or medical school. And so the point here is that if you're going to go to art school, that's quite all right. But one tip I have for you as you're pursuing your degree is to not get lost in the academics of it. It's really important that you do get that academic background and understanding and history, but you also have to have a practical mindset towards your degree. And as you progress through your education and think, okay, how do I turn all this information, how do I take all this information, my talents, and create art in a way that provides value either to someone else or to another company or to another entity that is going to be willing to pay you money for it, right? It's so important that you're always constantly keeping that in mind and not get lost in the technical theory of the curriculum itself. I think it's really easy for all of us as students to do that. We're very, very vulnerable to the teachings of our professors, of the curriculum of the university. We get lost in it and we start thinking about all the grandiose things that come with that, but we're never really thinking about the actual value that we're providing to an entity or a company that is going to pay us for something, for our work. And that's common in pretty much any major. If you think about a business major that's fairly practical, you can get lost in all the theory, terminology, acronyms, definitions, but you don't really provide any real value in terms of the work world. You can see the same about sciences. You can get lost in the theory of evolution and biological processes of the human body and all the chemicals and the genes that are involved. You can totally get wrapped up in the research and into the world of academia. But then at the end of the day, what value are you bringing to another company or entity that is willing to pay you for your work? And that's something that if you are going to pursue an art school or an art major, you have to keep that in mind all the time. Can you translate your work into something valuable? Maybe you can take your skill set and transfer that into designing cars, automobiles, magazines, advertisements. Perhaps you can create a design language, a design theme that's evolutionist, revolutionary, that will provide a different way of thinking and motivation to a consumer subset. I don't know, I'm just thinking of all the different ways of how to make your learnings more valuable as you progress throughout your art school curriculum. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you have a question that you want me to answer in a future video, go to my website, 101mentoring.com. Submit your questions to me that way. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.